Hello Oxnauts and welcome to Show of the Week. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jane. This week I've been practicing my plough skills in Farming Simulator 2013. Did you see the finish on those furrow slices?
Very impressive.
I've also got a clip where I Tokyo drift a combine harvester through some sugar beet.
Yeah, maybe later. Meanwhile, I've been playing Minecraft Pictionary, a new sport we're lobbying to have included on the list for Rio 2016.
Alright.
Ladybird.
Yes!
What?
In the same vein, I've set you a Minecraft Pictionary challenge in which you have to guess the subject of this week's Show of the Week.
Is it Farming Simulator
Come
again?
on, this is easy, look.
Ooh, I've got it.
It's Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, of course. The first new Metal Gear game for Xbox 360 has finally arrived, some 4 years after it was first announced at E3 2009. Now that we're playing the finished article, it's easy to forget just how close this game was to not happening at all.
Get off!
In the beginning it was to be a Kojima Productions game. By E3 2010, the key ingredients were there. Raiden, spine stealing and the ability to chop things into itty-bitty pieces with a high-frequency blade. The tech was in place, but what wasn't clear at the time was how the game would be structured and how the cutting technology would fit into the flow of combat.
And then it all went suspiciously quiet.
In December of 2011, the game was re-announced, complete with a new subtitle, Revengeance, a portmanteau of revenge, which means revenge, and vengeance, which also means revenge. That means up to double the revenge per 100 grams. Taking over development duties were Platinum Games, famous for Bayonetta, Mad World and Vanquish, after a chance visit by Platinum reps to Kojima Productions. Hideo Kojima revealed with no small amount of humility that before that the game had actually been quietly cancelled, owing to struggles getting the blade controls right and Kojima's belief that the original team simply wouldn't be able to finish it. He also explained that only a Japanese studio could have rescued development because of the cultural importance of the katana blade.
It yearns to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back.
Sort of like how the latest instalment in Digital Ode to the American Wilderness, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts, could only have been developed in Romania. Right, well, regardless, Rising is also traditionally Japanese in the sense that it is bastard hard. The combat system centres around parrying incoming blows by pushing towards the enemy and tapping X as the attack is about to land. Getting the most of it requires the kind of precise timing understood only by people who know the difference between a timepiece and a chronograph. Answers on a postcard, please.
No!
Put in the practice though, and that same combat system will reward you with spectacular action and a sense of gratified relief when you finally put down the boss that has been gleefully rubbing your face in your own metaphorical dump for the last 2 hours. Quite simply, it's Metal Gear for people who lack the patience to wriggle on their belly for 45 minutes to complete a mission, and quite frankly, why should they be excluded from one of the most beloved game series of all time? That's why, by what I assume is unanimous decision, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is our game of the week.
Actually, it was Tomb Raider, but I guess it's too late now.
Oh, sorry, did you have stuff planned for that?
No, it's fine. I've just got to talk to Andy about a thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. Is that T-Rex?
Doesn't matter now.
Hey, there you are. Oh, I'm suffering terribly. Becoming a strong female character. Let's go climbing.
We're not doing Tomb Raider anymore. We're doing Metal Gear Rising. Mike already did a thing. We'll do Tomb Raider next time.
Okay, Metal Gear Rising, that's cool. Which age variant Solid Snake / Big Boss clones in this one?
Actually, it's Raiden.
What, the guy from Mortal Kombat?
No.
Raiden. They're easily confused, those two. The electric god of arcade fighter Mortal Kombat.
Raiden wins.
And the cyborg ninja of stealth action series Metal Gear Solid. Except they're not, of course, Andy, you dummy. They're not even canonically pronounced the same, with Mortal Kombat's cone-hatted electro god usually going by Raiden, and Metal Gear's jawless wonder more usually Raiden. Both names do come from the Japanese word for lightning though, so they've got at least that in common. Metal Gear's Raiden first appeared in Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty in 2001. Back then, he was a fresh-faced young recruit to Metal Gear's Foxhound Special Forces unit, sent to rescue hostages from the Big Shell offshore facility, and his real name was Jack.
Jack, are you all right?
Yeah.
His convoluted backstory involves having been an alarmingly proficient Liberian-American child soldier.
You were one of the best among the child soldiers that fought in that conflict.
And having been adopted by Solidus Snake, who is, as we all remember, a clone of legendary soldier Big Boss.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, and the President of the United States, it turns out. Any questions? No? Good. From there, Raiden went to America and was picked up by shadowy outfit The Patriots, who pumped his brain full of nanomachines, and from there he joined the US military, and from there he was recruited into Foxhound. So begins Metal Gear Solid 2, in which Raiden debuted to the angry dismay of many. The reasons for the outrage were twofold. 1. He wasn't Solid Snake, popular husky hero of Metal Gear Solid 1. 2. He was pretty, blonde and slender in a way that was deeply confusing to some heterosexual players. Raiden's androgynous pretty boy design in fact derives from the Japanese character archetype known as Bishonen, which translates roughly as "Who is this girly man, why can't he be Solid Snake?" Come on guys, you're overreacting, no one's forcing you to look at him naked and— oh, Raiden. Put some clothes on, you're upsetting the fans. Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima says inspiration for Raiden's look came from a letter from a female fan who didn't want to play another story with an old man. Kojima's fondness for wet melodrama Titanic also came into play. Raiden's real name, Jack, came from Leonardo DiCaprio's part in that movie, while his girlfriend was named Rosemary after Titanic's Rose.
But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Kojima's also expressed a love for supernatural teen drama Twilight, so don't be surprised if there's a character in the next Metal Gear Solid game who looks like this. So the big question is, how did Raiden go from this to this?
Turn off my pain inhibitors!
Well, Raiden didn't appear in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, although he was parodied in the character of the effeminate thong-wearing Major Rykov, who Snake can choose to kill if the mood takes him. Teach you to girl up my franchise, you jerk. But he did return properly in Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots with a noticeably tougher image. And by noticeably tougher, we mean he was now a deadly cybernetic ninja. I know what you're thinking. What happened to his jaw, right? His jaw? No? Well, you should be, because seriously, what is with his jaw? Turns out Raiden got himself captured again by the Patriots, who used him as a test subject for crazy cyber ninja surgery, during which they got rid of the useless bits of Raiden, everything from the lower jaw down apparently, harsh, and grafted the rest onto an artificial body. Not sure what the high heels are for, in case there's an impromptu formal event, presumably. After the fall of the Patriots, and with barista jobs apparently in short supply for jawless cybernetic ninja, Raiden moved into PMC work, helping to rebuild an African country that had undergone a civil war. And that's where we find him at the start of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So after all that, you can probably see why Raiden spends most of Metal Gear Rising doing this. And that's who Raiden is. Oh, and also he skateboards.
Now it's time for the comments, where we see what you've been saying on the site, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and having inadvisably tattooed on your body parts. Oh, wait, have a look at this one.
Oh, Grim.
Yeah.
Quite clever how he's done the O and the X, though.
All right. First up, 555 Spank says of the Grid 2 preview, what a shock, Mike is previewing a racing game. Who would have thought that would happen?
Because he loves cars.
He really does. While Denzel Hindmarsh says, no, it's a racer, it doesn't need a story, just cars and tracks, that's all.
And drivers, presumably.
Ideally, yeah.
And fuel, and... oh, help me out here.
I don't know, that's Mike's job. Next up, the sampler of indie dating games we played for Valentine's Day, which Sly MC182 says, thanks for this video, guys. I hope that the common sense dating tips you presented here will help me in my future endeavours with women.
If manly you'd be for time.
All right.
Okay. That is a brilliant pickup line.
You are as nasty as a giant kraken.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, hi, honey. Are you washing machine? Because you make me car accident. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't know where I'm going wrong.
Why would a deodorant-sponsored advert game steer us wrong? Finally this week, on our video in which we put forward the reasons the Xbox 720 won't block pre-owned games, Chaos Riot Zero ignores all that to focus on the real problem here. Please tell Mike to stop flailing his arms around so much when he talks.
Besides, publishers can already restrict the use of pre-owned games, or at least the online portion, using online passes.
While Nick on the site takes issue with Jane's authentic Italian street merchant variant of jazz handing, quality stuff.
The PS4 is right on the horizon, and at the start of a new race for console supremacy, Microsoft can't afford to give the competitive edge to its key rival.
And goes on to point out that Andy is going for an evil genius variant of jazz handing to get his point across. Implementing a system to block pre-owned games, as it's been described in the rumours, requires an always online console.
Oh God, I'm too self-conscious now. I'm thinking about my hands. Where should I put them?
Just fold them.
Okay.
That feels weird. Oh God, I'm thinking about it. Just sit on them.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to take my mind off this. I'm going to go back to the studio.
Okay, I'll see you later.
And that's it for another show. Don't forget to get in touch on the site at outsidexbox.com or on YouTube at youtube.com/outsidexbox.
Or you can join the conversation or whatever on Twitter at OutsideXbox or on Facebook at facebook.com/OutsideXbox. See you next time.
Nice. I think we rescued that after the Tomb Raider mix-up.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask, what did you do about the whole dinosaur thing?
Oh, I stuffed him in the kitchen. I'll deal with it later.
Isn't Andy still in the kitchen?
Uh-oh.